Hey, good morning and good afternoon, ladies. So we're just about to go into the stretch and flex afternoon session, and this is a little backstage pass for you. So I'm just waiting for the members to come onto the Zoom, and once they do, we're gonna get going. Hey Johnny, how are you? You all right? So what this is for is a little recording that I'm gonna populate on my YouTube channel, Trainwise George. I'm gonna let them in now, and we're just gonna have the afternoon stretch, okay? Right then. So bear with me, and this is how it works. So, hey Pav. Hello, dude.
Hey George, you alright?
Yeah, how are you?
Good, yeah, good, thank you.
Awesome. I am good. Cool, Johnny. Cool. Right then. So we're stream living. We got the Instagram going. We've got the Zoom going. How are you feeling?
Thank you.
Awesome, dude. We got another couple, but I'm gonna get started, right? And then when they on board, then I'll just let them in. And whoever's on this, hello Power Academy. Hello. Whoever's on this can just join in. So, because it's the lunchtime session and we're here to stretch and flex, we're gonna hopefully do exactly that. And we're gonna start by standing. You've been sitting for a while, I'm assuming. So what we're gonna be doing is, we're gonna be hugging that imaginary tree. So you're gonna go and hug that imaginary tree in front of you. You're gonna interlock your hands, and then whilst you are in that locked hug, you're going to purposely feel your traps open up by you extending over, kind of arching your upper back, but don't excessively arch it. So imagine that tree is actually expanding. And if that tree is expanding, then your arms are actually coming out, your traps are getting stretched, and your fingers are getting slightly pulled away. So get that position, feel that position. Whilst you are there, bring your belly button into your spine, bring it up. So breathe as normal through the nose, but bring the belly button up. And try and fuse it to your spine. So we are working the transverse abdominis. So the transverse is beneath the rectus. The rectus is the 6-pack, the 8-pack, the 4-pack, the 1-pack. We're just gonna hold that, but we're gonna breathe as normal. So we are expanding our arms out. We're getting a good trap stretch. We're getting a lat stretch. And at the same time, our belly button is being held, and we are breathing through our nose. So I'm gonna stop moving, and we're gonna breathe through our nose whilst holding the belly button in. So breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Try and keep that belly button fused to the spine. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. All the time, try and not forget that stretch on the traps. And breathe in through the nose, and breathe out through the mouth. Awesome. Right, so now we're gonna breathe as normal, bring our arms down, and we're gonna interlock them behind us. So we're gripping them like that, yeah, behind us. As we grip them, we're gonna slightly bring them out. So you're gonna get a chest, shoulder stretch. And at the same time, protrude your neck down so that you get a nice trap stretch. And from there, hip hinge over, hip hinge over. As you go over, try and keep your fists away from your lower back. So pull up your arms all the way. This might get aggravated, it might get gnarly. Don't force it, just be in that position where you're feeling that tightness, awkwardness, but it shouldn't hurt, shouldn't really pinch too much. And while you are there, what we are gonna do is let go of the hands, and then bring the hands so that they are now parallel to the knees or your thigh. And then whilst you are in that hip hinged position, with your back nice and straight, with your lower back nicely curved neutrally, you're going to then travel your hands down your knee, down your shin, all the way until you get to your ankle. When you are there at your ankle, if you can't get at your ankle, just start pulsing. Just start pulsing your body until you can get to the ankle. And then we're going to grip the ankle. We're going to take a deep breath in, expand the belly, breathe out. As we breathe out, pull ourselves to our legs. So our upper body is going towards our leg. And you should now be feeling that mold on that stomach area, rib cage, on that thigh. Whilst you are grabbing your ankle and supporting yourself up. Supporting yourself, full stop. Then what we do, we release the ankle and then we go into reverse. You go into reverse where you come all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, and then your arms go all the way up. They go all the way up and they can either crisscross like this or they can extend like that, and you are leaning back. You are leaning back for that supine stretch. Once you are at the supine stretch, you're going to roll your shoulders over so the blood starts circulating. Come back up to the same position. Grab the elbow, pull the elbow down. Then you're going to take one knee down, take the knee, and then the other knee down. So now we are kneeling with that tricep stretch. Whilst we are there holding the tricep down, we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. We're going to hold the breath and then we're going to lean to the side. As we lean to the side, the breath is going to come out the mouth. And we are going to hold it to the furthest point that you can without sacrificing your form. And you're now just in a nice tilted side bend. And then from there, you're going to come up. Your hands are going to go up. They're going to roll themselves over again to circulate the blood. Come back up to the top again. Grab the other side elbow. Pull the elbow down so that your tricep is being stretched. Take a deep breath in. And as you expel the breath, you're going to then tilt and bend to the side. So we go into a side bend. And 3, 2, 1. We're going to then release the arms, put them down, put the hands on the hips, and then you're going to extend one leg out. So your upper body is upright and your leg is outstretched. And what you're going to do here is turn your foot the other way so that your feet are pointing to the sky. And then your whole body is going to turn to the same side as that leg. And then what you're going to do is you're going to place your hands naturally wherever they go. One is in front of the other hand, and you're going to travel down that leg. Travel down that leg. So you're getting a side bend, you're getting an adductor stretch, you're getting a hamstring stretch, and you are opening up the hips on the bent knee at the same time. You're getting a calf stretch, and then the muscle that is connected, that ligament that is connected from the calf muscle to the back of the knee is getting pulled, and then from the back of the knee to the hamstring is also getting pulled. And we want to have a deep stretch here, so as deep as you go, that's where we want to go. Quite deep. Just a natural curve in that spine. Natural curve. And from there, you're going to slowly come up again. You're going to face the front, put both your knees on the floor, and then extend out the other leg. And like we said before, if the foot is now pointing towards the camera, point it up to the sky. And then you're going to rotate your body so that we get that trunk twist. place your hands in front of you so that one of them is on the thigh, the other one is more forward on the knee, and then we lean forward. We lean forward, getting those same stretches, which is going to be calf, hamstring. We're going to get glute, hip, adductor, obliques, and going to hold that stretch. Going to take a deep breath in the nose, expel the air from the mouth, and as we expel the air, try and go down a little bit lower. Awesome. And then from there, our knees are going to go back to the starting point, and I'm going to maneuver myself. You can stay where you are. And what we're going to do here is get on all fours. So we're going to get on all fours like this. And you're going to drop your chest between your shoulders. Just drop them so that your scapula, your shoulder blades, they want to touch together. Your elbows are slightly flexed, and then you come up again. So we're going to do that in the mobilization fashion. So we're going to go rhythmic. So we're going to pull our chest down, and then we're going to bring it back up again. So I'm going to be doing counts of 3, 2, 1, down, and then you sink your chest, and then it's 3, 2, 1, up. You are lying your scapula back again. And we're going to do that 5 times. So 3, 2, 1, and we drop the chest. 3, 2, 1, we come up again. 3, 2, 2, we drop the chest. 3, 2, 2, we come up. 3, 2, 3, we drop the chest. 3, 2, 3, we come up. 3, 2, 4, we drop the chest. 3, 2, 4, we come up. Hasten. 3, 2, 5, we drop the chest. And 3, 2, 5, we come up. So from here, we want to bring our hands a little bit more further out, and then we go towards sitting on our heels. And we outstretch the lats, digging the palms into the ground, centering us, positioning us, scaffolding us, holding us. And now we go into that cat stretch. Now what I would like you to do here is tilt your hips to any side. Tilt them to any side. And then what you'll find is that the opposing lats back is being outstretched. So the muscle that is connected from underneath the armpit to roughly below the rib cage is getting fully exposed. And what should be happening on that same side is your forearm is flush to the floor. If it's flush to the floor, the other arm is still supporting you up. So you may feel a little bit of tension in that supporting arm. Try and release that tension and put it all onto the arm. So transfer the weight on the arm that is now flush to the floor. And that way you're going to get a deeper lat stretch. Don't forget to always have your hips tilted. So you're benefiting from numerous amount of stretches, a variable amount of stretches. We're going to hold that for 3, 2, 1. We're going to center ourselves, still in that cat stretch position. Tilt your hips to the other side. Drop your arm down so that you've got the weight transferred on the side of the arm that is now flush to the floor. You've popped out the lats from the start of the armpit all the way over the rib cage, just underneath the rib cage. And you're just stretching the insertion to the origin. Taking deep breaths in with the mouth, with the nose, out the mouth. Forgive. And after 3, 2, 1, you're going to come back up, and you're going to slowly come up, but you're going to tilt that pelvis all the way down so that your thighs are now on the floor. Your head goes up, your lower spine naturally curves, and you are now in a cobra stretch. So, nice. Cobra stretch. We're going to hold that cobra stretch. We're going to breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Nikki Rose, good afternoon. Holding that cobra. Holding that cobra. And from the cobra, we're going to get back on all fours. And whilst we're in the fours, we're going to overarch our upper back. So we go into the cow stretch. Overarch the upper back. And just like we did before, when we were standing up, we're going to pull our belly button into the spine. We're going to vacuum pack our gut. We're going to breathe as normal. Just hold that transverse abdominis. We're going to hold it. We're going to tighten up your midsection. And then, after the count from 3 down to 1, you're going to let everything down. 3, 2, 1, just let it hang. Let it hang. So we go into a child's pose. Your lower back now is exaggeratingly curved. Your belly is now popped out. Your elbows are slightly flexed. Your scapula is aligned, shoulder blades, and this is a child's pose. And you're slightly sitting back as if you were going to go into a cat stretch. And then we're going to again go back up to the cow stretch, pulling the belly button into the spine. 3, 2, 1, cow stretch. Pull the belly button into the spine, but carry on breathing as normal. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to have some deep breaths, holding that gut in, working that transverse. And after the count from 5 down to 1, we're going to let it hang loose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let it hang loose, let it hang loose. And from there, you're going to widen your knees. Widen your knees. With your hands still placed in front, underneath your chin, quite close together, and now you're in a frog stretch. That frog stretch, we're going to mobilize it. So your chin should be directly over your hands, directly over your wrists. You're going to leave your hands planted on the floor, and you're going to allow your wrists to give freedom for the pivot. That you're going to then mobilize your body over those hands. So your shoulders now are right over your fingers, and your knees are mobilizing as well as your hips. And then we're going to move back. We're going to move back so that your chin is now behind your wrists. If you were going to have a plumb line from the floor to your chin, you'll be able to now see that you're over your fingers, and then we're going to mobilize back so that we are beneath, under the wrists, behind, over the fingers, which we are now, mobilizing ourselves back so we're under the wrists, and then we mobilize again over the fingers, under the wrists, mobilizing. Every time that you sit back, get a deeper stretch on that quadricep. Get a deeper stretch on that quadricep. Sit right back. Awesome. And when we go back again, we're going to take a seat right on them hips. So we want to plant the hands down firmly. Push yourself so that you're sitting as far back as you can, with your butt to your heel, with your legs quite open, knees quite open, exposing that frog stretch. And from there, what we are going to do now is get back on all fours. Have your hands out in front of you in a parallel position. Get your foot, one foot, on the side of one of your hands. So you're now in a lunged position. Being in that lunged position, we are going to release the hand that is right next to the foot. And we're going to rotate our body round so that we go into what's known as a T hip opener. So our body now, upper body is resembling a T, and our hips are now being opened. That's why it's called the T hip opener. Something that we do quite regularly, because this is what you need, especially for that lunchtime stretch and flex. We're going to now put our hands back to where they were, and you're going to dig your toes, trailing foot, dig the toes into the ground, raise your leg above the floor, so your whole leg now is raised, and you're going to tiptoe over so that you're mobilizing your hips. You're getting a deeper adductor, hip flexor stretch. And you're going to mobilize yourself down. So again, settle the trailing leg on the floor, and in your own time, swap over legs. So one foot, the one that was right next to the hand, is now trailing back. And we have the foot that was trailed back right out in front of us now beside the parallel hand position. Once you are there, you're going to release the hand that is right next to the leg, and once again, T, look like a T, rotate the body, T hip opener. Awesome work, awesome work. Feel that muscle, feel those muscles. So we've got some hip flexing going on. So that trailing leg, you should be feeling in the top of the thigh where it meets the abdomen, that's your hip flexor. And then that bent leg, you're feeling that glute, that piriformis, which is the muscle that connects the glute to the lower back. And you should be feeling in the hips, also the chest. There's a lot of muscles going on right now. And then we're going to go back to where we started. Both hands flat with the foot directly next to one of the hands. Dig your toe into the ground. Elevate that trailing leg. Tiptoe over so you're getting a mobilized, deeper stretch of that bent leg. And we're going to hold that position. 3, 2, 1, mobilize back. And then what we do is go on all our fours and bring our hands slowly back so that they are now directly in front of our knees. You're then going to dig your fingers, lift your palms up so you've only got your fingers now tipped on the floor, and then you've got your toes tipped on the floor. And you're going to bring yourself up so that you're in a V. So kind of mimicking a downward dog. Mimic that downward dog. I'll come a bit more forward so you can see me. Mimic that downward dog position. So if your wrists, if your fingers, if your elbows, if your shoulders are feeling it more than your Achilles, then just transfer the weight. Bring your heels down, feel that calf stretch, and you're going to feel some alleviation in those points that I've just told you about. So from there, deep breath in the nose, expand the belly, breathe out. Breathe deep through the nose, expand the belly, breathe out through the mouth. One last time, breathe in through the nose, bring those shoulder blades down, bring out that belly, and then breathe out through the mouth. And then start to come back up again in your own time, slowly back up. Watch that head rush, supine stretch, all the way up, Flex all the way. Roll your arms down so there's some circulation going on. And Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all of that. Thank you for joining me.